Hey there, celestial friends. I'm just swinging on my little bridge over the stream of well-being, and I wanted to take you on a little adventure today, possibly even do a little fishing. I thought I didn't know where these waders were, and to be honest with you, for so long I really had an aversion towards camo. Here, I'll show you what I look like right now. Let's turn this thing around. Look at this getup. So these are my waders. I got them at Dick's. It's like a outdoor kind of person's place. I don't know. They used to sell more type of things that I was interested in. I forgot I had my shades. Just saw myself in the mirror. So anyways, I got these waders. It's such a crazy discount. These things can be pretty expensive. These are like neoprene waders. So they would keep me warm in cold water. But I'm not going to be wading in very deep. I just wanted to do a little lightweight fishing with you. So I don't know. I'm gonna set this thing up on my chest cam so that people can kind of get the POV on. I'm trying to use more respectful terminology about this culture that I find myself in, that I've oftentimes tried to avoid. But there's so much beauty outdoors that, you know, I shouldn't be ashamed to be myself out here. This is what I should be doing, and I want to share it with you out of just pure love and inclusivity. I think a lot of times this culture of kind of like rural type of folks with my complexion is thought to be very separate from the rest of the world. And I think that in that, you know, you separate people, they forget who they are. And like, the truth is, these people have not forgotten a thing. They're very wise to the ways of Mother Nature. So yeah, let's participate today. I'm going to participate in a more rural kind of culture that you know, is appropriate for my complexion. Let's just be honest. You know, love yourself, people. All right, my friends, I had to show you this really awesome spot. I'm going downstream right now because the best way to fish is to start downstream and move your way up so that you don't scare everything in town. But this is a beautiful spot here with these peace trees. This is this land that I'm acquiring right now. It's quite incredible. And it's just now coming to life. Like, you can see maybe those yellow flowers across the way. And if you look this way, there's both beaver and children activity. So we've got a lot of life that's happened out here. This was once a wonderful playground for the kids, the grandchildren of my neighbors. And, you know, obviously my policy is open door. The kids are always allowed to play on my stream. I guess I have insurance in case anybody gets hurt. That's why we have that. Hoping nobody gets hurt. Kids are pretty smart, you know. They don't usually get hurt. They know what they're doing. This is a sign that there's plenty of life in this stream and a lot of food right now. It stormed and rained really heavily last night. Look at all these minnows. Beautiful. It's coming to life. Here's one of these flowers again. Whoa. So luckily I've got my waders on. This is like quicksand territory, folks. So it's fun to put on waders and just walk through water. Here's this pretty flower. I'm going to take a close-up. I got a macro lens that I want to experiment with. The greatest landscapers of all time, the beavers. This is their home. I hope you can see it. I'm going to walk up really quietly and see if we can't kind of peep out their home with some respect. You know, I'm going to walk up to it because it's kind of like in the direction I need to go. So the way I was taught to fish when I'm walking is like a deer. I keep it quiet and respectful. The leader of the forest is the deer. You know, take steps from the leader, following the leader. And from here, my steps on out are going to be in silence, but you can follow along. So I don't always move as gracefully as a deer. as you might see. But I try my best. And the more I practice, I start to get a little more comfortable on my feet. Here, I'll take you over here to look at the dam, and then I'm going to cut off this camera again. So this is this quite beautiful beaver dam, and you can see my home through the trees. This is paradise. This is Gabriel's garden. I told my friend that my garden is wild and my landscapers are the beavers. So all I have to do is just enjoy my garden, the wild. To move downstream here on our adventure together in my garden is that there is no trail other than the deer trail. And the deer trails, you can follow their footprints. They're here if you pay attention. Okay, there's one of them. Actually, that's a coyote print, my friends. So again, you know, follow the leader, follow the creator. What kind of footprints do we have? The mud's always a good place, right? So here's a deer print for you. And you know, again, I'll try to use my macro. Maybe I'll focus on flowers and prints, animal prints. So you can learn this ain't about hunting. This is about being aware of who's here with us. Our guides, trail guides. And I'm your river guide today, my friend. You know who you are. What I want to show you right here is, like, you know, we're at sort of like a threshold between this space and what's on the other side. So I just want to let you know that when you feel unfamiliar with what's coming next, when you're in Gabriel's garden, it just gets bigger and bigger and more opener and opener. The further away from the cultivated garden that we get into my space, the wild. I want to show you everything, but I'm trying to be selective with my battery and my storage space, because this is a digital adventure we're on together. No matter where in the world you find yourself, you're here in Gabriel's garden now. That's what happened. You opened your heart to me and you followed me into where I garden. And my garden is chill. It's for the kids. Love to, like I said, teach young girls how to fish, because then they could teach the boys the instincts again, because we've lost them. I can try to teach the boys, and I do, but I could use some girls' help along the way. What do you think I'm out here for? Just another, you know, one of these guys? No. I'm trying to do the right thing so that we can enjoy spaces like this together and remember where we came from, which isn't this screwy economy that we're all getting screwed over by. Okay? I hustled my life so that I could rob from the rich and give to the poor, and my work is done. I got the one piece. The hustle is over, people. So follow the leader, follow the coyote, follow the deer back to where we belong, our wild garden. And then I'll take you to my cultivated garden, because that I do basically, this is for me. This is my consciousness arising when I'm cultivating my garden. You know, I said I need girls' help. Well, that's how I give my girl my help back, is that I have her garden. And when I say her, you know, this is a community-based garden. So she is all of her, every one of her. You know who you are. It's for you. Take some risks for fun. We're not going to die out here, but we're going to try to walk through here without getting the camera buried. This thing could get deep, and in between it looks very sedimenty. So let's see if I don't ruin everything and get really wet. So this is the fun part about wearing waders and like getting in here. It's fine. It's, oh my God, the pressure though of the water on my legs, it's really intense. I feel like I'm in a vacuum. My legs are getting a lot of pressure on them just from this little amount of water. I'm barely over my knees here. I was, you know, don't sweat the small stuff. That's the rule of the wild. I got a little bit stuck in the quicksand there. I'm gonna have the beavers help me out here with their way out. This is a beaver's way out. All right, that's how we cross the stream. Been up to in this clearing. This is an incredible confluence of water. There's like this stream and watershed coming in from up this way. Okay, coming down. There's the stream that travels around this way. This is a confluence coming together this way. You can see where the beavers have set up more dam material there. They're very conscious. They're not objectors, they're conscious about what they're doing. They're conscientious participators in rebuilding and restoring the wetland complex. So I couldn't have hired a better crew, you know, especially considering that we both just share the fruits of our labor. That's the agreement. And we don't participate in this financial institution. Nope, not even with a credit union, not this part. This is free love. Find ourselves at this space, again, confluence after confluence after confluence. That's what you call a riparian wetland complex. This is one of the most abundant ecosystems on the planet. Okay, where water and streams cross, life crosses. And it crosses in a space of abundance. So there is no survival of the fittest here. You know, we're all working together at this space. This is an example of what nature has to provide for us without any impact other than my footsteps and trying not to leave anything behind. Yo, what up, folks? I'm just balancing, trying to balance on this log. Thinking about walking across. I think I got it in me. The camera's a distraction. I'll tell you that much. Don't make it feel any fucking safer. Whoa. It's bouncy. And like right here, if I fell in, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But like the further down I get, the more of a deal it's going to be if I lose my balance. But you know what? I'm feeling like a kid again. So if I fall in, I'm taking one for the team. I sure as hell hope that I don't damage this camera because it doesn't have a casing on it. I don't think it's really waterproof. So let's just be brave and let's just walk it like a champion, yeah? Oh yeah, we still got it in us, dude. You know what I'm saying? There you go, Celestial family. Whoa, there I go, falling in at the end. See, the old man can still do it, okay? Give us a little credit out here, guys. We still got it in us for the boys. So, this is our adventure. You know, I did my best to show you paradise and my garden in the wild so that you could get a taste of what life looks like when we obey no one and decide that we're still wild. Even though we love to garden, you know, that's her garden. This is his garden, my garden. So welcome here. And this place is only going to get more beautiful as the spring carries on and we move deeper and deeper into the abundance of what I like to call rapid growth. You know, that's the vegetative phase that we're going into, that growth period. And so many beautiful spring flowers and things that are all going to be showing their signs of life and beauty along the way. So this isn't the last time that we share space here. And this is like one of my favorite spots. I call this Camp Bears after my Uncle Dennis, because his spot where he lived on the side of a creek homeless, he called that place Camp Bears. And his dog's name was Catch a Bear, And when he passed away by his campfire, shortly after my grandmother had passed, I adopted the dog Catch a Bear. We did, my family, me and my partner. And she was our first dog together. She was a chow mix, and she was an incredibly powerful woman, Catch a Bear. So this is Camp Bears now. I painted a sign a long time ago for my uncle, and this paradise is for him. So I'm living it up right now for my Uncle Dennis. And oh my gosh, my grandfather. I have a confession to make. I left my fishing pole down yonder, but I don't have to worry because no one else is fishing here. And if they were, I doubt anybody would take my pole. So I live in a safe place, very safe environment, and that's the way I like it. I'd like to invite more people to experience this. Peace fam, have your own adventures. You can do this. There's plenty of open space out there. You don't need to buy property to be able to have property. There's open space and we should be taking advantage of it. And especially right now when we've got a lot of pressure on our parks and services. So show up, show up to show that you still want that access, because we deserve this. And this whole thing about land is very problematic for our people. So I'm doing my part from this land and where I stand to share, not to own. You can't own this land, I just can play their game. Two can play at that game. Yeah, I'm a big boy. Peace. So this is my tradition for my people to celebrate the ancestors and the ghosts and the magical beings that live with the peace tree, the white pine. It's a gift for the Fae. It's a gift for the Fae from Turtle Island. It's site specific. Our little magical beings are site specific. And this tree, this white pine tree, is site specific. It's native to place. Okay? It's a peaceful place that I have here to share. Burp confirmation. We share the love.